Passed over case. Serial number 10, MA number, under the heading for order, serial number 10, MA 68 of 19.
Wait, please, Your Worship.
Yes.
But this appeal has been filed by the insurance company challenging the award passed by the tribunal.
High orders.
My lord, IA application for stay is there, my lords.
There's a delay also.
My lord, 100 days delay, my lords.
So,
My lords, any amount as your lordship may direct, my lords. The award seems quite reasonable, my lords, as per me. And the only difference which I could gather is, as per the pleadings of the MSCT court itself, my lord, tribunal itself, there is a case of involvement of two vehicles. The vehicle which the deceased himself was driving was not insured.
which were not insured?
The vehicle which was being driven by the deceased. There is a case of head-on collision between two vehicles, a motorcycle and a 407 truck, my lords.
He was a truck.
My lord, I am the insurance company of the truck, my lords. My lord, I was trying to postulate a new proposition, my lords. The Motor Vehicle Act under section 146 mandates that no person can drive a vehicle which is not insured. In the pleadings before the tribunal, the claimant themselves acknowledged that the vehicle was not insured. So the deceased could not have driven the said vehicle. And in light of the said fact, he has impliedly contributed to the said offence, my lords.
How can you say?
My lords, the concept of use of the vehicle, which has flown from by virtue of the judicial pronouncement, my lord, including the case of S.G. Patil, that's reported in 1992, my lord. It says that the use of the vehicle is of paramount importance. Now, in this case, the Act mandates that the vehicle could not be used if it is not insured. So, if the vehicle could not have been used, at least the manner of the accident would not have happened. And now we are entering into a phase, my lords, wherein the claimants ought also to be made.
No, suppose the vehicle could not be used. Does this mean that he was also negligent for the accident?
My lord, if the vehicle could not have been used, my lords, then in that case, the accident might not have even happened. Because this is a case of head-on collision, my lords.
Maybe.
Because apart from that, only the aspect of interest comes into picture in this entire, my lords. The salary of the deceased was 59 years of age. Income had been taken as 22,060 rupees, my lords. Multiply is also correct, my lords. Income tax deducted after lessening the aspect of 2 lakh rupees. So, my lord, everything as per my lords is.
So if a vehicle is being driven without a policy or with, then it is a. Then what is the offence?
My lord, the offence is both under the Motor Vehicle Act, as my humble submission is a tortious liability should also be fixed. I just pose a question to myself, my lords. The concept of strict liability, which we have seen, my lord, which is also a rule of tortious liability. If a person is supposed to do a particular thing in a particular manner, if he fails to do that, then in that case, he is also equally liable. In this case, he was supposed to drive only when the vehicle was insured. If the vehicle is not insured, he was not supposed to drive.
What is the consequence if a vehicle is being driven without insurance policy?
My lord, one is the penal liability under the Motor Vehicle Act.
Yes.
My lord, we are not concerned here with the penal liability. We are concerned here with whether his very action of taking out the vehicle would amount to contributory or not. My lord, I am posing a question to myself that if the vehicle would not have been there on the road, if his vehicle would not have been there, the accident would not have happened. If the law mandates that no vehicle could be plied, because this is a negative proposition, I am permitted to place section 146, my lord, because
146 like. Just
section 146, no person shall use.
Just a minute. 123 page.
My lord?
Page 123. Yes.
My lord.
Yes.
Necessity for insurance against third party risks. no person shall use, except as a passenger or cost or allow any other person to use a motor vehicle in a public place, unless there is enforced in relation to the use of the vehicle by that person or that other person, as the case may be, or policy of insurance complying with the requirements of this chapter. So this is with a negative clause, no person shall use the vehicle. So
What is
mere
the consequence? What is the consequence?
mere use of the vehicle itself is a contribution. My humble submission is that.
How can you say this?
If the vehicle was not on road, the accident might not have happened. In case of involvement of vehicles head-on collision. And my lords, how I am saying that the vehicle was not insured, because as per the claim application the claimants have filed, they have specifically declared that the motorcycle was not insured. And the deceased himself was driving the motorcycle and he was going from his home to take newspaper.
How the accident had occurred?
My lord, as per the claim application, my lord,
How it has occurred?
they have just mentioned that while returning, he was dashed by an offending truck.
So, you are saying that if the motorcycle wouldn't have been rode, the accident wouldn't have occurred.
Definitely, my lord.
She was going to get newspaper.
My
He
lord.
would have walked and get the newspaper and he could have been dashed by the...
My lord, in that particular submission, my lord, my humble submission to that effect was, obviously he is flying on the motor vehicle, so because of the use of the motor vehicle, he was at the relevant point at that relevant time.
It should be seen in the context of the use of motor vehicle of the offending vehicle. You see from that angle.
My lord, I'm not shirking away from my responsibility. My responsibility is there. But there's a breach of a statutory obligation on part of the owner as well, the deceased himself. My humble submission is because the concept of tortious liability, a person should be equitably compensated. If there's a fault on his part also, equity mandates that that fault should be negated as well. And so far as the FI is concerned, the FI has been lodged by non-eyewitness, my lord. So the manner in which the accident has happened, it's not there. Had it been a case that the claimant's case would have been that the vehicle came on a wrong side and dashed, the things might have been different.
So that you cannot say because you have not laid any evidence.
My lord, definitely. So I'm just sticking to whatever is there on the report to the limited aspect, because at least being my submission is, my lord, at least certain responsibility in monetary responsibility should also be enshrined upon these kind of claims, my lord, so that the people at least they become more aware and they carry out their driving.
To substantiate what you are saying, you have to prove that if the vehicle was not in use, the accident wouldn't have occurred, he wouldn't have died.
My lords, to that effect, my lords, मैं कि उसमें रहेगा कि vehicle चला के वो जा रहा था तभी दुर्घटना घटी.
पैदल चला तब भी हो सकता था.
तब वो मेरे गाड़ी से हो सकता नहीं होता, because जितनी देरी में वो पहुंचा वो लेट से पहुंचता.
15 मिनट आगे निकलता हूँ.
हाँ तो मेरा व्हीकल तब नहीं आता.
This type of rubbish submission.
My lord, I'm just trying to build up a new proposition, my lord.
IA number.
बस सिर्फ इंटरेस्ट जो है वो थोड़ा हायर साइड में from the 9% है from the date of admission.
IA number 2654 of 2011. This application has been filed to condone a delay of
100 days, my lord.
Full stop. 100 days in filing this appeal. Full stop. The grounds have been mentioned in paragraph 3 onwards. Full stop. After going through, I am satisfied with the grounds shown. This IA is allowed. Delay condone. Release this case under the heading for admission next week.
My lord, हम खोजते हैं my lord इसमें कुछ और मिल जाए तो. इंडियन लॉ में तो my lords नहीं मिला, तो फॉरेन लॉ में जाएंगे my lords.
वहीं भी लॉ में जाइए.
Obliged, my lords.
get hold of any law.
My lords.
Passed over case under the heading for admission, serial number 14, MN number 1.
एक चीज my lords, subject to my lords.
Yes.
Delay condone my lords without the side को my lords.
Other side is not agreed.
My lord, I was just nothing else, my lords. Obliged, my lords.
Mr. Arvind Kumar Chaudhary for the appellant.
Lordship, in this case, I am appearing, Lordship. Lordship, as per our information, Lordship, the sole appellant has died, Lordship, in this case.
Counsel representing the appellant submits that the sole appellant is dead. Let's start. Considering his submission, this case is adjourned.
Obliged, Lordship.
To be listed only after any appropriate application is filed.
Regular cases, serial number 35 under the heading for hearing. Serial number 35, MA 417 of 15. Ms. Ritu Kumar, Mr. Vikas Kumar for the appellant. Mr. Mahesh Tiwari for the respondent.
Malas, I appear on behalf of the appellant, Malas, the claimants, whose claims has been rejected by the tribunal below.
As Mr. Mahesh Tiwari is not available due to some personal reason, Your Lordship, I am praying for time, Your Lordship.
Now, two contrary findings has been observed by the court below, Malas. Now, though on one hand, the court below has observed that I am a victim of an untoward incident, and on the other hand, it has also decided that I was not a bona fide passenger, hence no compensation was awarded. Now, this is the case.
It has been submitted that Mr. Mahesh Tiwari is not in a position to join this virtual hearing. Mr. Mahesh Tiwari, advocate appearing on behalf of the respondent. Considering the submission, this case is adjourned for 2 weeks.
Serial 36,
Obliged.
430 of 15. Ms. Chaitali Chatterjee Sinha for the appellant. Mr. Mahesh Tiwari for the respondent.
In this case also I am praying for.
Yes,
Yes, Your Lordship.
we are praying for time on the ground of Mr. Mahesh Tiwari.
Okay.
Same order after 2 weeks.
Serial number 37, MN number 456 of 15. Mr. Krishna Mohan Murari for the appellant. Mr. Mahesh Tiwari for the respondent.
In this case, Your Lordship, on the last date, it was ordered to to write letter to Jhalsa, Your Lordship, for appearance of some lawyer on behalf of appellant.
Jalsa. Jalsa, any report has been sent by Jalsa?
Very good.
Call for a report from the Jalsa in respect of the order dated 6/12/2021. There's this case after 2 weeks.
Obliged.
Serial 38, MA number 514 of 15. Ms. Chaitali Chatterjee Sinha for the appellant. Mr. Mahesh Tiwari for the respondent.
In this case also I am praying for adjournment, Your Lordship.
On the ground of Mr. Mahesh Tiwari, Rama has prayed for this case after 1 week.
Your Lordship.
Serial 39, MA number 549 of 15. Mr. S.K. Sharma for the appellant.
My lord, this is a case for enhancement.
Okay.
The claimants, my lord, are the parents. My lord. Deceased was a 22 years old age boy, my lord.
Unmarried.
And, unmarried, my lord. Unmarried. Unmarried.
What is the Oriental Insurance Company?
My lord, the notices were issued, my lord, and thereafter, my lord, matter has been listed under the hearing, my lord. Matter under hearing notices must have been served. Records were also called for.
Yes, who appears for the Oriental? Who appears for Oriental Insurance? Who is the lawyer? Contact any of the lawyer of Oriental Insurance Company.
Lord, perhaps Mr. Prabhat Kumar Sinha, I remember he appears, but I am not sure, my lord. I will have to inquire.
Call him. Tell him to join the proceedings.
आप ओरिएंटल इंश्योरेंस के लिए अपेयर करते हैं क्या? हाँ, तो कोर्ट एक्चुअल में आपको थोड़ा ज्वाइन करिए कोर्ट नंबर 15, सॉरी कोर्ट नंबर 10, हाँ आप प्लीज ज्वाइन. मतलब I have communicated him, he is likely to join. Income has taken as 3,000 and odd, your lordship. The income has been taken.
Yes.
And
What
my
is the
lord,
material to suggest that you are earning 2,000,
Yes.
5,000?
there are some, my lord, oral evidences on record, my lord. The three persons has been examined. One is the, my lord, the claimant father of the, my lord, the deceased, and other two persons also, my lord.
So you say that you are imparting tuitions. What was
Yes.
your educational qualification?
My lord, it has come on record, my lord, that he was taking, my lord, training of a fitter from
So
one
training
Gandhi
of
institution.
teacher.
Fitter. Tuition, your lordship, he was earning by tuition, my lord, it has come. But how much exactly, my lord, the learned court below has not believed it, my lord. Or on the ground, my lord, that no parents was examined, no child was
Yes.
examined, nothing.
So correct.
That is there. Apart from that, my lord, deceased was of 22 years of age. And my lord, it has come on record, my lord, that he was taking, my lord, training of a fitter. and we have filed my lord original certificate also, my lord. But my lord, same was not exhibited. But I have certified copy of the order, my lord, that that was filed.
It has not been
So, my lord,
exhibited.
future prospects will be given. For future prospects,
Definitely.
definitely. And apart from that, my lord, under the conventional head also, your lordship, my lord will find, my lord, that he has been awarded only, my lord, 5,000 and my lord,
15,000.
15,000 only.
He will
So
get
55,000
more. He will get
yes,
55,000 more, and on this side, he will get 40% of the amount, 3,56,000.
40% of the
How
whatever
much
is
it
coming.
comes to?
Yes. And my lord,
How
the
much it comes to?
interest has also been awarded, my lord, from the date of settlement of issue. It should have been from the date of
No,
application.
no, that means there is some ground. देखिए LCR दीजिए, from the LCR. The cases of the year 2010, the issues were settled when okay, well, let Prabhat Kumar
I
join.
have informed him. I have informed him. He said that I am joining. May I remind him, my lord?
Yes.
Yes, my lord.
Mr. Sinha, this is a case where the respondent, this is for enhancement. This appeal is for enhancement. And
Yes,
the
sir.
respondent insurance company is oriented. So the
Okay,
notices have been properly served.
Yes, my lord.
So if I have to proceed, I have to proceed ex parte against them.
No, my lord. I will inform
The notices have been duly served upon the Oriental Insurance Company Limited, though no one appears today. First up, Mr. Prabhat Kumar Sinha, who was appearing in some other case in virtual hearing, submits that he is authorized to appear on behalf of Oriental Insurance Company Limited, as he is their panel lawyer. First up, he volunteers to appear in this case and prays that the case may not be fixed ex parte. Full stop. Prayer allowed. Let name of Mr. Prabhat Kumar Sinha appear in the cause list. Mr. Prabhat Kumar Sinha further submits that he will file a wakalatnama after obtaining instruction. Full stop. Mr. Sudhir Kumar Sharma, appearing on behalf of the claimant appellant, is directed to furnish copies, 2 copies of this memo of appeal along with the copy of award to Mr. in the office of Mr. Prabhat Kumar Sinha. This case after 3 weeks.
All right.
This case after 3 weeks.
Serial number 14, MA number 554 of 15. Mr. Rajesh Kumar Jha for the appellant, Mr. Mahesh Tiwari for the respondent.
Your Lordship, in this case, I am praying for adjournment.
Yes.
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
This case has been referred for against the order of dismissal, my lord. It was dismissed on the ground that it was
Your
not an
application has been dismissed.
Yes, my lord. It was dismissed on the ground that this was not an untoward incident because no one had seen the incident.
No one has seen the incident. That is the only grounds. Let us come to the what?
Yes, yes, ma'am. That is at running page 12, ma'am. May I read this? Issue number 2 is discussed at page number 16, my lord. Issue number 2 was that whether any untoward incident was defined under section 123C2 of the Railways Act 1989 occurred to him while travelling by Hatia Howrah passenger train number 18616 on 5-13 from Tata Nagar to Howrah station. And it has been discussed from page number 6, running page number 16 to 19, ma'am. To 19, 20 to 21. First paragraph, till first paragraph of 21. The body of the deceased was found, my lord, near Ghatshila railway station. That is far away from Tata Nagar railway station. That is more than 5 stations away. Deceased was going from Tata Nagar to Howrah after purchasing a valid journey ticket. He fell down near Ghatshila in the night. Memo was issued after a report by PW Keyman. Then SM Ghatshila made a diary entry and memo was issued to the OCGRP Ghatshila. Thereafter, GRP visited the spot. The inquest report was made.
5-day delay in lodging the FIR.
Yes, yes. FIR, no. So far, FIR is concerned, my lord. The final report says that it is dated after 5 days. The son, the present appellant, visited to the GRP that the body which has been fell down or recovered on that date on 5/2/2013 is of my father, and I was searching him. So thereafter, the OC of GRP.
What I could find that there is a report that an unknown person fell from the train.
Yes.
It's your report.
Which report, my lord?
In this
The
case,
report of the railways that an unknown person fell down from the train. That person died and his body was buried, and later on when the body was exhumed, the photographs matched with the father of this appellant.
Yes, madam.
Then what do you have to say about this? Then how can you say that no incident at all?
Your Lordship, in this case, the file is with Mr. Mahesh Tiwari.
One more thing is, my lord, worth mentioning here that DRM report is not filed by respondents.
Yes, Mr. Tiwari.
He could not join, Your Lordship.
Yes, he has
No,
joined.
no, now, Your Lordship, I have joined. I was a bit late. I am a bit late for lunch, Your Lordship. That is why I had asked Mr. Gautam to represent me.
Mr. Tiwari, you come to this. Come to page 13.
This is item number 35, Your Lordship.
40.
40.
40. Yes, Your Lordship.
Come to paragraph 2. The last seventh line. Read from the last seventh line. Read from the word, the station master Ghatshila has issued memo number. So and so. Have you got that?
Paragraph number 2, Your Lordship.
Yes, the last seventh line of the same paragraph.
It has been further stated that according to the station master Ghatshila diary, the train number 18616 arrived at Ghatshila at 3.06 hours and departed at 3.08 hours on 5/2/2030. The station master Ghatshila had issued memo to GRP Ghatshila, and the investigating officer RPF Ghatshila submitted final report that an unknown person fell down from some train. The respondent craves leave to file additional written statement.
So it is your written statement that from that said train an unknown person had fallen down.
Yes, Your Lordship.
It is your case.
Yes, Your Lordship.
And it is your case that the body was buried and later on it was exhumed and it was identified to be father of this appellant.
Your Lordship, actually in this case, Your Lordship may please just have a look to the order dated 8/2/21.
Yes.
8/2/21, Your Lordship. It was directed to be placed in the physical.
On your request.
On the request, Your Lordship, physical court it was directed.
Mr. Mahesh Tiwari makes a prayer to list this case on a physical hearing date. Full stop. Considering his submission, list this case after 3 weeks. Okay. Thank you.
I am sorry, Your Lordship. There are 5 other cases above this case, Your Lordship.
It got adjourned on your request. Ask Mr. Gautam Rakesh.
I am obliged.